This is the Effing One Podcast, Australia's only Formula One podcast with Adam and Luke.
G'day and welcome to Effing One Podcast. It's Australia's best. It's Australia's only Formula One podcast. And if you're listening for the very first time, congratulations. You've just stumbled across one of the most mildly entertaining podcasts in the world. Very mild. And if you're a regular listener, we can only say, I'm sorry, we apologise for the next 45 minutes. So after consuming that plate of off seafood paella that has been left curbside in Barcelona, also known as the pile of shit Spanish Grand Prix, we now head to the French Riviera, the Côte d'Azur, to watch sexy people acting sexy and rich. The F1 showpiece, the Plate de Résistance of motor racing. It's very exciting, Luke. Monaco's here, baby.
Oh, it is. Well, we're here. The Monaco Grand Prix, my favourite track. True, it's not much of a race, with overtaking bloody difficult and very narrow track making passing near impossible. But for me, it's a test. It's a test of concentration, speed and skill. Aussies have won on this track, and Mark Webber used to say that the walls get closer in the last 10 laps. And if you're not trying, if you haven't brushed the walls a bit. I visited Monaco in November 2010. I was in awe of how steep, tight and undulating the course was. 19 corners, none of them easy. Down to turn 1, up to Saint-Devote. Up the hill to Beau Rivage, Massenet, Casino, Mirabeau-Hort. Down to the famous Lowe's hairpin, which is also known as the Grand Hotel hairpin. A special steering rack is required just for this race. Down to Mirabeau-Basse, Portier, then into the tunnel. Out of the tunnel downhill, you take 3 stories, dropping down in braking into the Nouvelle Chicane. Then the left-hander, Tabac, which is actually, there's a tobacconist there. That's why it's called Tabac.
Oh,
yeah. Then the Louis Chiron, a.k.a. swimming pool section, or piscine for pool in French. Some of the fastest, most exciting corners in Formula One, dancing on a knife edge. It's brilliant. Into Rascasse, where Schumacher parked it in quali in 2006. Then the final corner, Anthony knows. Every corner would take your breath away. One tiny mistake and your car's in pieces. Precision for 78 laps. It's what gets the dick hard, ads.
Luke, please, just try and keep it professional.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry.
Monaco, it's the home of Formula One tradition, Luke. The place that the late, great Niki Lauda won back-to-back in 75 and 76 on his way to winning 3 world titles, one of the greatest drivers and one of the greatest people ever to grace Formula One, Luke. It's a sad week for Formula One as we lose another legend. We lost to Charlie Whiting. Now we've lost Niki Lauda. It's a big loss.
It is a massive loss. Niki Lauda, 70 years old, 8 months after having a lung transplant, and he needed the lung transplant after that accident. So it's been nearly 40 years.
He was putting it off.
Yep, that's quite a while.
Should have really got private health insurance.
But that's a waste of money.
Yeah, it's true.
But to have, the complications from that accident still all this time later and making way to extend his life, and he extended his life to a great measure. He was stuck inside that car, burning wreck for 55 seconds at 80 degrees, where other drivers and marshals put their head into that burning car to pull him out. If you haven't seen the movie Rush, it's the best depiction of that event and of his recovery afterwards. Then 6 weeks later, he made after the Nürburgring accident, he had a Monza return. He qualified 4th.
How quickly did he get back in the car?
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
6 weeks after he'd been given his last rites, where he'd had his lungs vacuumed to get some of the petrol out of his lungs.
6 weeks.
6 weeks later, bandaged, bloody, in the car, racing, qualified 4th.
That's crazy. Isn't that crazy?
And they'd changed the start procedure. It used to be a man dropping a flag, but it became the lights. And he was waiting for the man with the flag, and then they all started taking off around him, and then he took off. So he was back to 15th.
They forgot to tell him.
By the start of that race in Monza. And he worked his way back up to 4th and finished 4th a phenomenal comeback, one of the greatest sporting comebacks in the history of sport. Sorry, Tiger Woods, your sore back don't do shit. This guy nearly died.
Mm-hmm.
And then he won a world championship the year after. And then retired, then came back and beat Alain Prost by half a point to the 1984 world championship.
Crazy.
This guy's a freak. He bought
crazy.
He bought an airline company. He was an entrepreneur. The Rat. Phenomenal driver, phenomenal man. Will be greatly missed. He had 171 races, 125. Greatest comebacks, you've got Alex Zanardi. He's won a lot of Paralympic medals, broken world records. He's a great man in himself. Billy Munger, the kid who broke his legs, I think it was an F3 race. He recently won the Pau Grand Prix. Phenomenal comeback. Some of my favourite quotes from Niki Lauda.
Oh, give us some.
One of my favourites was bullshit
No, I love it.
and fuck you.
Oh, brilliant.
Great quotes.
Just to the point. Matter of fact.
I've got legitimate, more extensive quotes from Niki Lauda. From success, you learn absolutely nothing. From failure and setbacks, conclusions can be drawn. That goes for your private life as well as your career. Not
Well
bad.
said.
That's a good one.
Very well said.
Really, you should always discuss the defeats because you can learn much more from failure than you can from success.
True.
So we probably learn something from this podcast every time we do one.
No one knows how to fail like we do, Luke.
A lot of people criticise Formula One as an unnecessary risk. But what would life be like if we did only what was necessary?
That's true.
You wouldn't be hearing this.
Nope.
This isn't necessary.
This is completely useless.
One of my favourites, the less you talk, the more time you have for the essential things. This is why we're talking.
Yeah.
and
Good
you're
call.
listening at home.
Good call.
And to be honest, it is boring to talk about winning. And it's something that...
That's a good quote.
Do you know who's really taken that quote to heart?
What, being bored of winning?
Williams.
Yep, they've had a lot
And
of
you know
success.
what? We've got so much more to talk about.
That's what they say.
Survival, trying to find money.
Yep. Try not to be bought out by a Russian oligarch. There's, it's boring when you're that successful. It's so much more enjoyable when you're struggling.
Mercedes, you're winning everything. Boring.
Yeah.
But Williams, they're having a great time.
They're loving it. They're living life. They're on the edge. It's like backpacking without any money.
So
That's kind of what they're
one
doing.
of the great Formula One photographers, his name is Paul-Henri Carrier. He wrote this: when you get a second life, literally, you can laugh all the way to the end of that second life. Niki Lauda's second life lasted nearly 43 years. He was a born hero and a legend, a very rare occurrence. Goodbye, Niki. You'll be sadly missed.
Great.
No punchline there.
No, we can't beat that.
Nope.
And putting aside the sadness of the loss of Niki, I'm sure this weekend will be a wonderful tribute to Niki. I'm sure we'll see a celebration of his life.
Yeah.
So let's move on. What's coming up in this podcast? All right. So we've got the preview of the Monaco GP. We're going to check in with Kimi Räikkönen, the crazy Finn, see what he's up to. This one. The big groundswell from the proposed Australian GP.
Ooh.
Not Albert Park.
No,
But
not Adelaide.
Not Adelaide, but Nerang Gold Coast. That's what all the talk is. So we'll be looking at that proposed.
If you go, just right now, go to your computers, go to Nerang Wikipedia. You know what you're going to see? You're going to see a photo of one of the greatest parts of Nerang, which is actually the Nerang train station.
Very, very nice. Right near the M1. It's wonderful transport. It's just open.
It's just of the platform itself,
Of the
nothing
platform,
else.
yep.
So that's all the images that they could find. They go, you know what? We'll put this on Wikipedia. We'll make it the famous train station photo. It's a beautiful, beautiful image.
Possibly the best idea Effing One Podcast has ever had.
And it'll be huge for Nerang. It'll put them on the map.
Oh, we just need to find a bit of cash.
Yeah.
But we'll get into details a little bit later on. We also got Effing What segment, Luke, where you bamboozle us, tantalise us with some interesting Formula One facts. Never boring, though. This podcast is never... We don't normally deal with facts.
I think I did a solo podcast. It was pretty...
You did. That was interesting. No, it wasn't boring. I'd say it was interesting. Also some
It's
news.
a nice way of saying boring.
Time zones when you can catch the race this weekend, and predictions as well. We're going to go into the predictions. So, Luke, nice to be back in Monaco. It is a very special place for you. I guess bittersweet. We're all very familiar with your history here at Monaco.
Yep.
Of course, you grew up on the streets of Monaco. This is well known. This is not news.
No.
You grew up on the streets of Monaco after your family had to flee the city. You are technically still the 15th in line for the House of Grimaldi. That is the Monaco throne after your... Do I need to... all right, let's just go back a little bit. After your grandmaman, as you used to call her, grandmaman, who worked at the Royal Palace, had, and some say carelessly, as she was carelessly changing the water in the lilies one spring morning, and according to the royal family's explanation of what happened, your grandmaman slipped and fell on Prince Philip. 9 months later, Mrs. Luke arrived.
And your mum.
So that's common knowledge. So for you,
So she slipped
yeah.
and fell
Well, this is from
on his Prince Albert.
this is the interpretation from the Monaco. Obviously, we've got a different story. You've got a different story.
Which I'm actually going to put at the end of this podcast.
Oh,
There's an
okay.
additional extra. So if you, after the outro music, you'll hear Adam's intro last year and how he got through it.
Okay, yeah. Well, if you are interested in Luke's lineage, in his DNA and his relationship with Monaco, it's a bit touchy for you. But if you want
Not
to...
as touchy for Grandma.
No, she... Yep. So we've got her side of the story. You're going to play that at the end. But, yeah, the Monaco royal family have a different interpretation of what actually happened.
Still 15th in line at the time.
With Maman. But still, you're technically, you're not allowed back in Monaco, I don't think. I mean, you probably don't want to go back just yet. It's
Not
a bit
yet.
soon. Mm-hmm.
Unless I want to bump some off.
Yeah. So it's a great track for you. It brings back a lot of memories growing up in Monaco. You know this place better than any. It's like the back of your hand.
Yep.
And it is a good time probably to mention right now, as is tradition here at Effing One Podcast, Luke, we have to dress up in the traditional outfit of the featured race. And out of respect for the host race and its customs and its traditions, it's what we do. It makes sense when you're podcasting, dressing up. And being Monaco, of course, today, Luke, you are dressed as Prince Albert II.
Oh.
I know. How about that? Very close for comfort. You were born to wear these outfits. You're wearing your ceremonial military jacket, your sash, and the resemblance between you and Albert is uncanny. Like, to look at you now and the actual...
Is it the bald head?
It's just... I feel like I need to salute or stand.
should.
Every time I look at you, I need to sort of say, pay some respect. And I, on the other hand, I am dressed as your head of the palace guard.
Oh, good. I thought you weren't dressing up as my grandma.
I know.
That would have been odd.
That would have been weird as maman.
Mama.
Thankfully, I'm not wearing a dress. This is the first time in, I don't know how long I haven't been wearing a chick's outfit.
I know. It's rare.
Crazy. My outfit is basically, it's an all-white safari suit. And looks like I'm ready to fight in the Boer War. It's the worst possible camouflage. It's all white with my white hat.
No one will spot you. How many wars has Monaco fought in?
Oh, wow.
There's a question.
There's a good question.
That we'll answer in the next podcast.
Yeah, I would say none. I'd say they would surrender a lot,
Oh, yeah.
wouldn't they?
It's been so close to France, it just rubs off on them.
Yeah. Just
Cheese-eating
natural.
surrender monkeys.
Yeah, natural. Just natural. Okay, so let's get into Luke's lap. Due to popular demand, Luke, we are going to have you sit in this time we're going to have you sit in a Ferrari. We're going to turn the PlayStation 4 on, and we're going to have you drive a simulated lap and talk us through the track.
Now, do you want me to take it at 100% or do you want me to take it around 80%?
How do you normally go on this track? Are you normally all right?
No,
You crash a lot?
it's Monaco. There's
Have you
barriers
got
everywhere.
have you got the full damage on? If you do crash, will it actually...
No, it won't explode.
Okay, here we go.
Right, going into Anthony Nogues.
Do you want the graphics look amazing though?
You like it?
Yep.
Open the DRS on the main straight. It curves a little bit down to the right, then we'll be going uphill into Saint-Devot, brake nice and late, apex nice and cleanly, then go up the hill. This hill's really, really steep.
I love this bit.
It's quite a task on the old calf muscle when you get up there. Then you're going left into Massenet, wide into Casino Square, which that's where I sat on the Thursday practice sessions. I saw Daniel Ricciardo and the Toro Rosso coming down here into the hairpins. I'm driving this bit a little bit slowly.
Jesus, fucking narrow, isn't it?
It is. Well,
The hairpin. That's a tight,
that's
nicely
the Grand
done,
Hotel
Luke.
hairpin. This is...
You're really nailing the hell out of this lap.
Oh, a bit wide there. That's all right. So we're going into... We've exited Portier. We're in the tunnel, making a bit of an echo. Flat through here. Kimi Räikkönen, his first time he went in here, he just said on the radio, is it flat through the tunnel? And they've gone, yes, Kimi, it is. So he just went flat through the tunnel. So...
Getting
Coming
very
up
close.
the left-hand side to back, brake.
Nice.
Take a couple of gears down, going into the swimming pool. Oh, dodgily. That's probably the best lap I've done for a while.
Looking good,
Get on the
Luke.
gas early. That's where Max Verstappen crashes at the exit of the swimming pool. Going into, a bit wide. That's all right.
Got some
good drive
damage.
out.
Damage.
No, there's no damage there. The lap time counts. Brush of the wall on the exit of Anthony Nose. Onto the main straight. Flick up the DRS. The lap is done. And I'm going to crash into the wall.
Oh, crash. That was good. Hey, but you did pretty well.
That's the best lap I've done for a while.
Is that right?
Yep.
Plus talking at the same time, not easy.
Yeah.
PlayStation 4 simulated lap of Monaco. Well done, Luke.
Yes.
Nailed that.
Swimming pools are very interesting because I'm using a hand control. I don't have a steering wheel, so getting these little flickbacks left and right, you have to... It's not very good.
Much trickier.
Yeah, it's much harder.
Super tight circuit. And how close do they get to those barriers? One little tiny misjudgment and race over, qualification over.
Yeah. Check out Mark Webber's pole lap from 2010, how close he gets when he comes out of the tunnel and goes into that Nouvelle chicane, how close he gets to the inside barrier of that chicane. It's so close. This is what I love about the track, that it's that tight and that it's not a great race. You're not going to see overtaking galore, but it's just 78 laps of pure concentration.
It's millimetres, isn't it?
Yep.
It's a game of millimetres.
Yeah, and you see
You're on the edge the whole time.
one little mistake, boom, you're out.
And they can't just sit
Ask
back
Max
and...
Verstappen.
Yeah, big time. And they can't just sit back and relax and go, okay, cool, I'm in the lead now, I can just chill out. Every single corner is on the edge.
Yeah, and it's not like a little impact, and you'll be fine. Anyone who makes who screws up in practice 3, doing their quali simulations, if they fuck up in free practice 3, they're probably not going to make quali. So you got to make sure that you're there at the end of free practice 3, so you can make it into quali, because the 2 hours in between isn't enough to rebuild a car.
No. It's going to be a lot of fun.
That was my lap.
Loved your lap.
Best one so far.
Well done, sir. Luke's lap. And the weather for Monaco. Have you checked the forecast? Have you checked the BOM, the Bureau of Meteorology, Luke?
I have checked the Bureau of Monaco. So they're expecting 8% rain on Thursday. The weekend starts on a Thursday, not your typical Friday here in Monaco.
Why is that, Luke? They have a day off.
They have a party day. So there is racing action till about midday on Friday, but it's no F1. I think it was Carrera Cup and maybe some other junior formula. But on Thursday's the main day, the start of practice 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then Saturday and Sunday, there's a shower and a thunderstorm, around 60% chance of rain on...
6 or 60?
60% chance of rain on the Saturday.
Oh, interesting.
And a 55% chance of rain on the Sunday.
Oh, that throws a little hand grenade, doesn't
It's
it?
variably cloudy.
That's what we
and,
want.
Possible thunderstorms. So
And a possible exciting race. We've got some rain.
yeah,
Still, super fucking hard to overtake. So even if it rains and you're on the wrong tyre, still bloody hard.
very difficult. And there's not a lot of you can't choose an alternate type of way to take a corner because it's so tight. You can really only take it one way.
What tyres are they bringing? Obviously, they have this year slightly different. They've got the hards, mediums, and the softs. Mm-hmm. But what degree? Do we got different degrees of each?
So they're choosing the 3 softest compounds they have: the C3, C4, and C5. Interesting that Ferrari and Red Bull have taken 1 hard, 1 medium, and 11 softs.
Oh,
Where Mercedes are going 1 hard, 2 medium, and 10 softs.
right.
So that's a tyre allocation for the weekend. Some variables in between that are Daniel Ricciardo's going, I think, one hard and one extra hard, where Nico Hülkenberg's going one extra medium, but then they both have, I think it's 10 softs for the weekend. But yeah, so the 3 softer ones, the Monaco is a 78-lap race. It doesn't actually go, it's the only race that doesn't go 300 kilometres in race distance. It's a 3.337 kilometre circuit.
3.3?
3.337.
That's a lot shorter than the proposed Nerang
Oh,
Formula One track.
it's not even half the distance.
Not even half.
So yeah,
But very similar. Very similar layout.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And same with the clientele that are around. Very. And an interesting, this is Daniel Ricciardo, as we know, won the race last year. Sebastian Vettel second, Lewis Hamilton third. Fastest lap was Max Verstappen because Daniel had a KERS issue. Pole was Daniel Ricciardo with a lap record 1 minute 10.810. The only driver to get into the 1 minute 10s. He did it twice in Q3. No one got into the 1 minute 10s other than him because he is a fucking legend around this place.
He loves it.
So this weekend will be big for him. If Renault can give him a car that he's got good brakes and he's confident in turn-in, because Monaco's all about confidence. You go in confidence. He knows how to win here. Should have won here twice. He's got a couple of pole positions. Very dominant around here, like Mark Webber was. So this will be big for him. And I've got a Tim Tam stat.
Yes.
For
Tim Tam, Paul Kelly.
Knows. Tim Tam, Sean Kelly.
Sean Kelly, Paul Kelly.
Great singer, Paul Kelly.
Great singer.
And a good footballer too.
Paul Kelly, yeah, true.
Tim. So if you lay the Tim Tam biscuit end to end around the Monaco track,
yes,
around the 3.337 kilometres,
yeah,
you would need 52,968 Tim Tams around the track. Wow. There you go. There's your Tim Tam stat.
Fuck. And how many cups of tea?
Oh,
because a Tim Tam cup of tea ratio is about 3 Tim Tams to a cup of tea.
That's a lot of cups of tea.
And then there's a technique to eating the Tim Tam. There's the Tim Tam bomb. So that's a lot of cups of tea.
You might have to do a video tutorial of the Tim Tam bomb for our listeners.
The best way to do the Tim Tam bomb while at the Monaco Grand Prix.
Wow. We need to go to Monaco for that.
That's a great stat, Luke.
Yeah.
You've just put out a ripper.
That's what I do.
Fantastic. The stat
It's not
man.
even an effing what.
You're like the stat man when the stat man's not here.
I'm just a Tim Tam stat man.
Yeah, just the Tim Tam man.
As much as he needed 52,968, you probably might need a few more because I might need a few on the way.
Yeah,
while doing
very peckish. I've got a packet in my cupboard.
Oh.
Yeah. I just thought of it. As soon as you mentioned it, I went, I can't wait for this podcast to be over. I'm going to eat a whole pack. Well, I'll probably eat 3.
3 packets.
No, not packets, just Tim Tam. Luke, keep it professional. Keep it professional.
Sorry.
Come on, Luke. Let's have a look at the previous winner. Of course, we know that it was Dan the Man, the personality Ricciardo. Chance he might do it again this year? Not really.
Not much of a chance, no.
Not really, but, I mean, the car still does matter around Monaco, even though it doesn't matter as much as the other circuits. But that Renault is pretty shit.
Yeah.
So, if you
although
finish
he
top
was,
10...
I think he was 7th quickest in Q3.
Yeah.
It's like 7th quickest in the 3rd sector in Spain. So I think Magnussen was quicker than him, and then it was the Red Bulls and Ferraris, or the Ferraris, then the Red Bulls, then the Mercedes. But Mercedes was, Bottas was a quarter of a second quicker than Lewis just in that final sector. So the Mercedes is working really well in the slow corners, which is what Monaco will be. So last Spanish Grand Prix, Ricciardo was quickest through the last sector. And Valtteri was this year, so it's a bit of a form guide to see the tight, twisty stuff, which is the last sector of Spain, to see what it's going to be like in Monaco.
Yeah, and that sort of flows on nicely. The predictions for this race, you would have to say Mercedes-Benz would be favoured.
Yeah.
Red Bull would also be a show, maybe.
Red Bull should be ahead of Ferrari.
Yeah.
And then it would be maybe the Haas, like after Ferrari, it might be the Haas Renault.
You think Haas Renault?
I think I think Daniel will be the best of the rest.
Yeah.
And if significant things happen up front,
you never know.
You could
for a little Aussie podcast, we do get a bit excited when we have a sniff of Dan Ricciardo.
I remember he said he'd do a shoey. if he got on the podium. You heard it here on the podcast.
That's right.
When he was talking to you, Paddock Pass.
That's right. He did say, I asked him, expectations may not be great this year, Dan. Could we see a shoey if we didn't finish first? Could it be a podium shoey? And he said yes.
Yes, he did say yes.
He's going to do a shoey if he finishes on the podium.
If he gets on the podium, I'm going to pull the emergency string to make sure that we can get a phone call with him.
Yeah. We do have to do that.
To make it happen.
We do have to make that happen. We got contacts. We need to get on the buzzer.
Need to grease that wheel.
We do.
Send out some chocolate.
Should we do our predictions for the race?
Let's do predictions.
Okay. As we look at each team, because we have an ongoing competition between you and I,
it's not much of a competition.
It's not really. I'm in the lead. We are judging the top qualifier from each team and the driver that finishes ahead in each team.
Yep.
Did I explain that well enough?
You sure
Probably
did.
not. Let's take a look. Should we go from the front of the grid, or do you want to go reverse order?
Go front of the grid, Mercedes.
Well, Bottas is looking good, but I will say Hamilton.
I will also go Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay to be wrong, but I think he's very good around.
He's very good, isn't he? He's very good around the circuit.
Yeah.
Ferrari. I will say the hometown hero.
Ooh.
The chosen one. That shine, that name is kind of rubbed off a
Leclerc.
little bit, isn't it? It's not really the chosen one. He's made some mistakes.
He's just the one.
He's just the
Just
one.
another one.
The hometown hero. I'll go Charles
Charles.
to beat Sebastian.
I'm torn.
Sebastian's very good on this track.
It's a bit toss of a coin. Do you have a coin?
No.
Okay. I'm going to go with Sebastian.
Okay.
I want the hometown hero thing. I want it to happen. But
Just like the entire season.
I'm going to
for
go with the
Charles.
whole conspiracy theory of, when Daniel was going to leave Red Bull, that maybe Ferrari are just going to screw around Charles Leclerc's so he will never finish in front of Sebastian. They might keep him in the pits a little bit too long.
Really?
And
You think there's a bit of Dan Ricciardo Red Bull 2018 going on here?
Yeah.
Because our theory was correct last year, if you were paying attention. Well, when I say our theory,
Your
theory,
theory.
after he signed with Renault, straight away, I did say he wouldn't finish in front of Max for the rest of the year. And that's exactly what happened. So true.
It's true. You made a very good point.
I might have just got
solid
lucky, but
observation.
there did seem a bit of conspiracy about the Dan Ricciardo thing last year. So you think that's going to happen with Charles? You think
Yes.
Charles will be left stuck behind Sebastian? Interesting.
Yep. Red Bull Racing.
Well, if Max cannot crash into a wall, I guess I'll say Max.
Max for me as well.
Yeah, I can't
Right.
see Gasly's not really. He's taken a while to get familiar with that Red Bull, isn't he? He's not doing great.
McLaren. Norris or Sainz?
Ooh, interesting. They're both driving really well. I'm going to say Carlos.
Carlos?
Yeah.
Riding the wave of his great finish.
He did well in
I'm
Spain.
going to also go with Carlos Sainz.
See, there's a point of difference. I thought you would have taken the challenge there.
Yeah, he just made that mistake into, as much as a mistake, into Lance Stroll.
Yeah.
Misjudgment.
Yeah.
And judgment's pretty key around Monaco.
You've got to be on the ball.
Renault.
Dan, for sure.
Yeah.
The personality.
Daniel Ricciardo on his track.
Possibly a sneaky chance at a podium.
25 or 26 to 1 for a podium. for
Is it?
Daniel.
Is he paying 25,
Yeah.
26 to 1?
Yeah.
That's not a bad bet.
Yeah.
I put a little sneaky fiver on that.
Harsold.
Harsols.
Don't tell your missus.
I'm going to go Grosjean.
Grosjean.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Kevin Magnussen.
Mm-hmm. Stay-at-home Viking.
Oh, no, mate. He's out there. He's raping and pillaging.
He does.
Do you see how raping and pillage he did in the last race?
He
Elbows out.
Yep.
No one was safe.
No, he's full on. He's good.
Who's up next? Toro Rosso,
Toro Rosso.
Albon or Kvyat?
I'm going to go... I can't go past Kvyat.
Ooh,
He's driving well.
jumped the fence.
But I like Albon, but I'll go with Kvyat.
I'll go Albon because I haven't, and I think this might be a little bit fun for him this weekend.
Interesting.
Although I'm already regretting that decision.
Yeah, I know. I can
It's
see
just as soon as I wrote, I'm like,
what am I doing?
oh, let's hope Kvyat just fucks up and does something wrong.
Yeah, he probably will.
Alfa Romeo.
Kimi, the pizza delivery boy.
He's pretty good.
He's struggling, isn't he? The pizza delivery boy. He's not looking great.
I'll also go with Kimi Raikkonen.
Williams, is that? Are we up to Williams now?
Williams, and then we got Racing Point.
Oh, Racing Point. I forgot Racing Point. I will say George Russell. It's hard to drive this circuit with one arm.
This will be very interesting to see
It's
how
gonna be
Robert goes.
I'd like to see an inboard camera
No doubt on the practice sessions they're going to be showing Kubica going around some of these
with
hairpins
one arm.
with one hand.
Crazy.
So, yeah, I think I'm going to go with George as well. George is just a little bit too dominant at the moment.
Yeah.
And Racing Point.
Sergio. Definitely.
Sergio.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry, but Daddy's boy, Lance Stroll, it's great that your dad's bought you a racing car team, but I'm afraid you can't qualify, son.
And I'm going to go with Sergio Perez as well.
Very nice. Times of the race, Luke. When can we watch the Monaco, the jewel in the F1 crown around the globe? What about some Eastern Australian Standard Time, Lucas?
Eastern Australian Standard Time is 11:10 on Sunday night. It's the same race time as the Spanish Grand Prix, so if you can remember what happened 2 weeks ago, figure that out yourselves. New Zealand and Fiji, 1:10 Monday morning. Oof, that's a late morning.
It's a late morning.
Australia, western side, the WA, where you're from.
Yep.
Still, I'm shocked.
Sandgrappers? Where's the Sandgrapper?
Sandgraper, with your swans and stuff.
Yep.
Singapore also at the same time zone. It's 9:10. Funnily enough, it is also the Casey station in Antarctica has the same time zone. So there you go. If you're in the Casey station in Antarctica.
Big shout out to everyone down in Antarctica.
It's going to be cold down there at the moment, isn't it?
How is it? Let us know how it is down there.
End of May.
What do you do?
Huddling with penguins. This time of year, you don't go outside.
It's cold down there.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for downloading the podcast, by the
Winter
way.
crew.
Down there at Casey.
Yeah.
Keep warm, huddle together, and enjoy the race.
See you in summer.
Yep.
USA, eastern side, 9:10 Sunday morning. West side, LA and all those people over there. San Francisco, 6:10 in the AM on Sunday. United Kingdom, 2:10. Amsterdam, Sweden, Cairo, 3:10. Bangkok, man who walks through turnstile sideways is going to Bangkok. That's it at
Luke,
8.
Keep it professional. Come on.
10 past 8 p.m.
As if we ever give a professional. It's never happened.
We've never kept it professional.
Sorry, get going.
Yeah. Why start now?
Yeah.
Reykjavik, Iceland, 1:10 in the PM. Galapagos Island.
The Galapagos Islands.
We've missed that one
Jesus.
previous weeks, but it's at
where Charles Darwin did the whole
stuff
on the Beagle
and things
on the HMAS Beagle, and he wrote the book. Anyway, sorry, keep going.
No, it's good. Good.
Sorry about that.
Nice segue to our next segment: the Galapagos Islands and a boat.
Great place for a Formula One race. What a great place for a race.
One at a time, mate. We got to get this Nerang thing up.
Yeah.
So Galapagos is 7:10 Sunday morning. Honolulu, Hawaii.
Ooh, hello.
3:10 a.m.
3:10 a.m.
It's probably the shittest time
That's worse than us.
to watch a race.
That's worse than us.
Sorry, Honolulu.
Who would have thought there was a worse place to watch Formula One than the east coast of Australia? It's Hawaii.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Hawaii.
Yeah, you win. Lima, Peru, 8:10 Sunday morning. It's a nice time to watch.
That is nice.
Yeah.
8:10 because you're up, you've had a shower. No, Sunday, you're probably not even that far ahead. You're just coffee, sit down, kids jumping around. Don't bother me. I'm in the man cave.
And for Valtteri Bottas and all of his Finnish fans, 4:10 in the afternoon is the race times for the Monaco Grand Prix.
Thorough, Luke. You've really put some work into this.
I did. I used a big pen.
It seems a shame that we've only got like 2 people that download this podcast. So the chance of covering off any of those locations and being relative to anyone is virtually zero. Effing What segment, Luke?
Effing what?
Where you give us some crazy, fantastic Formula One statistics.
I'm
What
going to
do you
keep
got
it
for us?
quick. I'm going to keep
Okay,
it short.
do it. Yeah, do it.
Monaco Grand Prix, 78 laps. As we heard, 260 kilometres in race distance, 19 corners. So by the time you do the 78 laps, you've done 1,482 corners. It's a lot of fucking corners.
Shit, yeah.
The highest lateral G-force is going to be 3.5 lateral G and estimated between 3,666 and 3,744 gear changes.
Effing what?
What? It also has the slowest corner in Formula One, the Lowe's hairpin, the Grand Hotel hairpin, or the Fairmont hairpin, whichever you want to listen to. It's a 48 kilometres an hour is the slowest corner in Formula One. As I said, a steering rack is specially made for this track and especially for that corner.
There you go.
That's your effing what?
Well done, Luke.
Short, sharp.
You have...
Into the bin.
Yeah, but no, that's fantastic.
A lot of gear changes.
That's crazy. A lot of gear changes.
I don't think they get to 8th gear. I think
they never get to 8th?
No, I think at the end of the tunnel, it'll be in 7th before they go down.
Didn't Dan only win with like 4 gears last year?
He won with a half an engine.
Yeah, crazy. That's got a circuit that it is bloody hard to pass
The
on.
one thing I did notice, side note, if you watch Daniel Ricciardo's Monaco pole lap from last year, he has a rhythm with his downshifts.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see if there's any other drivers that have that similar rhythm. Like when he comes out of the tunnel, it seems like 2 or 3 really quickly, and then he slowly goes down the others.
Oh.
So I don't know, it could be an engine braking thing that he's using, but it just seems there seems to be a rhythm to his downshifts from there, and also Saint-Devote.
And upshifting as well, or just the downshifting?
No, upshifts are pretty metronomic. They're on the blue lights when you get on the revs.
Yep.
But braking, it seems to be this dun-dun-dun-dun.
Right.
Where if others, like if I play a game, it's going dun 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 dun. But there seems like there's this.
How does it go again?
Go fuck yourself. But there does seem to be this early release of 3 gears and then a slow bang down to the next 2. That's what I noticed.
Man,
maybe that's just me just being a bit pedantic. But yeah, that's what I noticed.
I like it. Wow, that's interesting. Something to keep an eye on, and maybe even ask him when we get him on the Effing One podcast. Ask him if he's got some sort of technique for downshifting at Monaco. Some news, Luke. You got any news?
Well, the one thing we missed out in the Spanish Grand Prix post was Dan Watch.
Oh, Dan Watch.
Watch.
Can we do Dan Watch? Wait, do you have Dan Watch news?
I do have a little.
All
It
right.
wasn't too much.
So this is a new segment. We haven't really celebrated it as we probably should have. So we'll do that now. It's
Being an
time
Australian
for
podcast.
being an Australian podcast. We are a bit Dan-centric, and that's fine because
do.
Dan is the personality of Formula One. Liberty Media itself acknowledged that without Dan, there is no Formula One.
That's it.
Is that? That's a bit... Okay, I might have overshot it slightly.
Yeah.
But now it's time
Something
for...
they said in private.
Luke, it's time for Dan Watch. It's like Shark Week.
Yep.
Just over the top.
But not on your period.
Yeah.
So, Dan Watch, again, showing his personality.
That's what he does.
I was hoping that he was going to, because he walked the red carpet and did there was drummers along there. I was hoping he was going to grab someone's drumstick and start drumming along as well. He didn't. But he did a bit of a long jump into the truck.
Right.
Yeah, so I think...
Hop, skip, jump.
And, there's steps to go up on the truck. He just jumped them all. That's the kind of man that he is as a risk taker.
He's even downshifting when he's running.
You've got...
Hop, skip, jump. Do. And he's on.
And he's on.
And he's on.
Yeah, so a bit of a long jump onto the back of the car. Where Lewis didn't go on the red carpet till the very end.
No.
He didn't want to walk past all the drummers. He wanted to walk behind them. Maybe he was checking out their asses. Who knows?
Maybe.
I'm going to say he's an ass man.
Yep.
He was on his phone, so he was probably taking photos of people on their asses.
Probably.
But other news outside of Daniel Ricciardo.
The hop, skip, and jump.
The hop, skip, and jump. The long jump onto the back of the truck. He's been working out this week, doing some pretty hardcore strength exercises.
Yeah.
I look at him and just go, I couldn't do that.
Planks.
But I'm interested. A lot of planking.
Yeah.
Not just
Have you
not playing and just planking.
Can you
and
do
laying
planks? Bloody hard.
there. I can do a minute,
Yeah.
and then I
That's about 50
collapse.
seconds longer than I can do.
Then I collapse and go. It's all in the mind.
Yeah. What's he doing? How many minutes is he up to?
Oh, I think it's 3 hours He just planks.
Impressive.
No, he'll have like kettlebell stuff. There was an interesting one that Romain Grosjean was doing. He had his feet on 2 medicine balls, like one on each medicine ball, and then he had his hands on the medicine balls planking. So he was on round objects.
So he's balancing all
limbs while planking.
Wow,
that's incredible.
That's exceptional balance.
But I'm just wondering if, like, as these guys are trained athletes and, they're in peak physical condition, does it get easier? Do they go, oh, yeah, I'll plank. Yeah, easy. Or does it still remain difficult?
Wait, so if you're fit, does it get easier to exercise?
Like the exercise that they do, because you look at them, you're like...
Yes, Luke, look at me. I went to football on the weekend and I had to walk a flight of stairs.
No, but I mean, does it still...
And I got to the top and I was breathless and I went, what happened to me, Luke?
You had oxygen.
I've got kids now and I can't breathe if I walk up a flight of stairs. So yes, Luke, if you're doing exercise, if you're fit, it's easier.
No. I mean, of course it's going to be easier than it is for us. But I'm saying for them, does it make it easier for them? Like, do they go, okay, I can do this and it's fine. But I look on their face and I'm like, they look like they're still, like, obviously they're pushing themselves. But I'm just like, do they go, oh yeah, I can do this. This is easy. But whenever I see them, they're really pushing themselves. I'm like, is it always like that? Like in off season, do you do that and go, oh, this is easy? Or
you work up to it, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
So you spend like 2 seconds, each limb on a ball.
Yeah.
You're slowly building up. I don't know. I'm not fit, Luke. I'm guessing.
Call you the Stairmaster. That's going to be your new nickname.
Thank you, Luke. I'm just
Stairmaster.
guessing what it's like to... Ask producer Pete. He's a fit rooster.
He is.
Producer Pete, I mean, he doesn't do much for this podcast.
There's some dark
I'm going to be
sense of
honest with you.
humour.
He's the most overpaid person on this podcast, Producer Pete. I'm not sure. Actually, we probably need to have a discussion later on. I'm not sure he's worth the money.
No, he's
Producer
not.
Pete.
Not the amount that he's lost.
Considering what his gambling addiction that he's got. He's always having a flutter on the cocks.
I thought they'd shut down that cockfighting, but...
No, he loves it.
He always comes back late on a Saturday night with feathers and blood all over him.
Yeah, on the dark web. He goes, all right, fellas, I've just been on the dark web. He's all covered in feathers and blood.
Yeah. I thought it might have been some kind of hazing.
Yeah.
Another interesting point, Max was saying that that there's no part that the Red Bull is better than Mercedes. So he's already saying this weekend that this is going to be Mercedes' win. It's not going to be a Red Bull win. He's put his hand up going, nah, our car is not good. It's not better. Because normally they go into Monaco, you know what, this is our race. But this year,
it's always our race.
He's going, no, this is Mercedes. Our car isn't better than Mercedes in any facet.
I think that's him just saying, I might just crash.
Which leads me to think...
Because I'm shit.
Daniel's left Red Bull. Okay. Is Max going to win a championship? No. Is Daniel going to win a championship at Renault? Not this year. So, is it such a... Okay, he's racing a few places back, but he might get the occasional podium. He's not getting race wins.
At least...
And he's not going to championship.
And at least he's not Max.
Yeah. Doesn't look like that.
I mean, that's the worst thing you want to be is Max Verstappen.
No, you don't want to look like that. And be Dutch.
And orange. It's such a horrible... It's so unflattering.
I do love the sporting colour of orange.
I get washed out. It washes my complexion out.
It's true.
I can't wear orange.
It doesn't work well for your
I couldn't be Dutch, Luke.
But I do love the Dutch soccer team and the orange.
And those little pancakes. They're delicious.
I was going to say, how can you diss the pancakes?
They're delicious. I wouldn't be able to walk up a half a flight of steps if I had those pancakes. And the maple syrup. They put the icing on top.
And the clogs.
God, I'm hungry. The clogs. So inconvenient.
So, as much as, Daniel isn't winning a race, Daniel isn't scoring podiums, but he's not winning a championship and he wants to win a championship. Red Bull haven't given Max a championship. And I don't think...
So he's in no worse a place.
That's right. He's getting paid double more, but he's not...
And he's getting paid more, yeah. It's a win-win.
He's not... Red Bull's not going to win a championship. I can't see them winning a championship this year or next year. I don't think they're going to pull something that's going to overtake the mammoth gap that Mercedes now has on the championship.
And don't have to work with Helmut Marko. What a douchebag. Or
crazy looking
have a douchebag teammate.
Yeah.
I mean,
and a douchebag team boss who doesn't back you when the other teammate does something stupid.
That's right. You could hypothetically say Dan is closer to a Formula One World Championship than Max is right now.
Yep.
Don't know how that works exactly. How the maths
in
of
your
that
head it works, and I just agree with you because you hold things over me.
So
what's Daniel Ricciardo missing? Nothing.
I've got those photos of you
Yeah. Oh, so does Sebastian.
I just noticed also, your socks.
Yes.
You've got like Where's Wally socks. I didn't even notice, but they are impressive.
Yeah. Under my Prince Albert uniform, this is the Royal socks.
The Royal Prince Albert sock.
These were part of the, was it the Ronald McDonald charity?
Very.
They have the socks.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, do you want to buy some socks? I'm like, yeah, sure.
The Monaco royal family is right into the Ronald McDonald charity.
Yeah.
That's what they do. Very big.
If you got this Monaco money, you got to spend it on a charity, don't you? You can't just keep it all for yourself. Throw it to some sick kids.
I don't know if there's that much charity in Monaco.
Oh, there is when I'm there. So I'm not allowed back there because
Yeah.
I give away too much money.
That's true. Do you have the credit card, the royal credit card? Do you have access to that being the 15th in line to the Monaco throne?
No.
Do you get a bit of play money? Do you get a bit of miscellaneous?
No, they gave me Monopoly money.
Yeah.
Which I want to talk about something that's really exciting.
You want to what?
I want to talk about something that's really exciting.
Oh, that was a nice segue.
Well,
go ahead.
My socks. Yeah. What do I want to talk about?
I want to talk about something that's really exciting.
How are we going to make F1 great again?
Oh, Luke. I can see we've hit the streets. Luke, we've hit the streets. This race is just, everyone's talking about it, Luke, in Nerang.
I got nothing else to talk about.
Nerang is on the Gold Coast. It's possibly the Gold Coast's worst possible place to live. But what a racetrack. Bam. And we have discovered the perfect circuit to replace the Albert Park track in Adelaide.
The snooze fest of Albert Park.
Yeah. Well, there's a few snooze fests on the
There's
calendar.
a great culture down in Melbourne.
Beautiful.
There's culture here.
There's a lot of culture up here. It's
Bacterial culture, but
yeah, it's a bit gross. It smells a bit. It is being referred to as the Monaco of the Gold Coast.
that's how we're selling it.
But less water and more ice. You can buy a lot of ice in Nerang at a very cheap price. But there's also a wonderful track, and we've laid out this track. We're going to pop it on Instagram,
Yep.
Facebook.
Yep.
All we need now...
And Twitter.
It's... Of course, there's some new tracks coming in next year. There's the Dutch Grand Prix. There's the Vietnamese Grand Prix. Liberty Media trying to find new ways to make Formula One great and more exciting. We think this is it, Luke. We think the Nerang Grand Prix, we're putting all our energy and putting this bid forward. We're actually going to give a chat.
By the sounds of you going upstairs, there's not a lot of energy left.
We're going to have a chat to the mayor of Nerang.
Ooh. Who's
Dennis.
that? Dennis.
Yeah. We're going to have a chat to him next week. I would like to say he's really excited. He's indifferent. But that's a starting point, Luke.
That's what politicians are. They don't want to commit to anything.
That's right.
We've got to get some funds to shove in his face.
He's worried about how many portaloos we're going to need. He's worried about...
He'll need 3 alone.
How do we get the homeless people off the street?
No. Track marshals.
Yeah. McDonald's and KFC are worried that,
Business will be booming for them.
it'll
the
be
track
booming
goes right past it.
if you're listening, KFC, McDonald's.
Yeah. And Hungry Jacks. Guzman and Gomez.
Yeah. Bunnings.
Keeps going on and on. Subway.
People might want to pop into Bunnings and buy something for the garden while they're watching the Formula One Grand
If the
Prix.
team's forgotten any screws or bolts, go to Bunnings.
Perfect.
Yep.
Yep.
If we haven't built a gazebo in time, we can go down to Bunnings.
The Williams
whip
team.
one up.
Oh, no. Oh, we need a bolt for the tyre.
Yeah.
Oh, quick.
We need a new, piece of wood for the floor. Bang.
Quick.
Bunnings.
Yeah, stay there, Kevin. All right, you stay. We're going to go down Bunnings. You stay there, Russell. All right, going to get you some new bits for the car.
That's a really good Williams mechanic accent. It's exactly what they sound like.
Yeah, uncanny. It's uncanny.
So-
Yes. So we're back to the point. Back to the point of the Nerang. All we need now is $60 million.
That's all right. It's chicken feed.
We can do that.
I'm gonna hit up my Monaco
Contacts. Yeah.
Hopefully, they give me a little bit more
Well,
allowance.
if you're wearing the king's outfit that you're wearing right now, you could just waltz into the palace and they'll go, "Oh, bonjour, Prince Albert. I am just taking the company credit card. Goodbye. I am definitely Prince Albert and not Luke."
I'll shave my beard and bang a couple of the maids.
On the way out.
None of them are family.
Accidentally, no, they fell on you.
Of course.
they'll fall
That's
back on you.
the official.
The official
statement.
line.
But I'm gonna bang the shit out of it. So it's called the Effing One Podcast Nerang Grand Prix. The circuit is called the Nerang Niki Lauda Ring.
Ah. That's nice.
It's an homage to the great man.
Perfect timing as well.
Yeah.
Now, Niki never visited Nerang.
Never visited.
But he did talk about it a lot.
He talked about it a lot.
Incessantly.
Yep. He
would
was
say,
fascinated
He would
by
say stuff
Nerang.
like, Nerang, sounds great.
Where the fuck is it?
Where the fuck? Yeah.
There's 21 corners of this track.
That's
It's
nice.
7.22 kilometres.
That's a
It's
good
up there
size.
with Spa length.
Yeah. And it does have Spa-esque elevation.
It has elevation
Doesn't it?
changes. It sure does. Has some great corners. We're going to do a video of you and I driving it and explaining the course
Yep.
so everyone can get an idea of what we're doing and why we're doing it.
And hopefully we won't get abused or carjacked.
Oh, that's all right. We'll just keep the windows rolled up. We
And
should be
don't
fine.
stop at the lights. It's like South Africa. You don't stop.
It's not
there's
that
There's a
bad.
red light. You just keep moving.
I did actually go to school in Nerang, and I
Oh.
turned out just fine.
Yep.
So, 21 corners. We call it. We start on the Sir Jack Brabham Straight, the late great Sir Jack Brabham, 3-time Formula 1 world champion.
Yep.
He was the only driver to be the driver and designer of his own world championship winning car. He has the main straight. That's him. That's Sir Jack Brabham
Is
main
that just
straight.
outside Macca's and KFC? Is
No.
that spot?
This is next to William Duncan Primary School.
Oh, the William
That's-
Dunks Primary School.
Duncan Primary School,
Is-
and that's where the paddock
That's the pits?
club will be. The pits
Yeah.
will be on the opposite side of the school.
Yep.
Paddock club needs a bit of space, so that's why the school's there. There's demountable buildings.
Yeah, we might have to get the lollipop ladies out so the kids can cross during
Now,
the race.
see, there is a bit of an issue. When we did have a little bit of a chat, it goes past 2 schools. So
We do need extra lollipop ladies to help the kids.
no, for the second practice session, for
Yeah.
half an hour of that first practice session, when
School's
they
in.
go past the school, they have to go to the school zone speed limit,
School zone speed limit.
which is 40 kilometres an hour
correct.
here.
And there's Marjorie, and she's a bit slow
Yeah.
with the lollipops.
So when they go past these schools, they'll have to adhere to the 40 kilometre speed hour limit just for the first half hour of the second practice session on Friday. The last hour, they can go full ball.
So times may not be purely reflective
Not indicative.
of in practice.
Yeah,
of
just the
qualification.
second practice, the
Yeah.
first half hour.
Yeah.
You know, they don't do a lot of
And there's a
running
dog
that
park
time.
as well.
But it's only 2 schools,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you just got to observe this.
And
bit of-
always watch for dogs.
always.
Because they do get off the leash, that area. There's an off the leash area for the dogs.
That's everywhere.
And they do cross over. So we need to be
And
careful
they will
with the
shit
dogs.
everywhere.
Yeah.
So the Jack Brabham Main Straight, we've got some great flowing corners after that, like
Yep.
Mansell, Senna and Clark corners, which is what I've called them. And then you go down to the AJ hairpin, named after the 1980 world champion and Gold Coast local,
Oh,
Alan Jones.
big fan.
Then when you come out of that, you go up towards the Alex Young chicane. The reason why I called it
Alex
Alex
Young?
Young, because he's a bit of a chicane when he was racing in Formula One.
Ah.
Everyone had to go around him.
Yep.
Then we've got the Ricardo double right-hander that passes the local Woolies,
Oh,
the Woolworths
yeah.
supermarket chain.
And always have good specials there. Good fresh fruit.
Then we come to a left-hander called the Kappa Corner. It's named after local footballer Warwick Kappa that actually ran for Parliament here. He also wore his shorts incredibly too tight
Yeah.
and even made his own porno
Yeah.
and
Yep.
was featured in Playgirl magazine.
Yep. He had the tightest
Claim to
pants.
fame, not the thickest, not the smartest bloke, a bit of a thick plank, but we made a corner named after him.
That's nice. That's nice.
He was also a meter maid.
Yeah, he did.
He did a
was.
brief stint
He
as a
was.
meter maid.
Yep,
There's
that's
nothing
right.
this man hasn't done.
He
on the
deserves
Gold
it.
Coast.
He deserves a corner.
Then we have a double right-hander that leads to the avenue of fast food outlets, which is called the Montoya section.
Yes.
Montoya was known for his love of the McDonald's
The
cheeseburger.
fine dining section of this track,
Yep.
Luke.
Then you take the Alonso left that leads up to the abandoned hardware store Masters.
Yep.
Then the Courtney Corner. Now, the Courtney Corner is named after James Courtney. He's now a supercars driver who drove for Jaguar Formula One
Yep.
and had a massive crash at Monza with a rear suspension failure where he crashed at 306 kilometres an hour and hit the barrier at an estimated 76 G.
Jeez.
Michael Schumacher pulled him out of the car.
Wowzers.
Big accident. Then you head down the Hill.
The Hill?
Named after Graham Hill. Then you go up the Hill.
Did
which
Graham
is-
Hill ever... He's never been in a ring.
No.
No, but...
Actually, he might have been.
Wait a second.
Remember the Surfers Paradise race we used to have
That's
He
right.
used to have a Formula race down there.
Pretty sure he did, actually.
So there's the Hill. You go down the Hill, named after Graham.
Graham Hill.
Then you go up the hill, named after Damon Hill.
His son.
So there's go down the Hill, up the Hill.
Hill. Nice. That's great.
I thought you'd like that. And then braking to the right-hander, which we're calling the Ifland Righty, which is named after Adam's favourite hand.
Thank you, Luke.
You're welcome.
Thank you, mate.
Yeah.
My lonely accompaniment. My shower friend. My shower pal.
Shower buddy.
Shower buddy.
Then there's the Schumacher slingshot up to the last UGE chicane to end the lap.
Wow.
That is the lap of the Nerang Grand Prix.
Gee, that just gets me excited, Luke. All those famous names.
Yeah. And you.
And me. Well, I don't know how I got in there, but thank you. Thank you.
Some highlights of the track. We ran past Nerang Poultry.
Nerang Poultry.
This is where you get where the chicken gets slaughtered for your favourite chicken nuggets.
Beautiful. That is a good spot. Good view. Like, do you sit on top of that building to watch the? Yeah.
Sensational. There's also the William Duncan Primary School, which will be where the Paddock Club is.
Yep.
The Nerang High School, where I went to high school.
Yep.
It's not famous for me. Local fine dining outlets such as McDonald's, KFC, Subway, Guzman and Gomez, Hungry Jack's.
There's even Mexican.
There is even Mexican.
That's
Guzman
right.
and Gomez is delicious. Try their chicken tacos.
Do
Highly
please.
recommend it.
Please do.
Then it even goes past the Nerang BMX Club. Which would be a good little promo if we get a couple of the race car drivers on a BMX
It's a great
around
idea.
the track.
It's a great idea. It goes past Woolies.
Thriving outbreak of chlamydia and teenage pregnancies. Planned Parenthood has closed as they're all deciding to keep them. No one's aborting. Yeah, so they're all just keeping because they're too lazy to get up and go and get an abortion, so they just stay at home until it pops out.
Luke,
So population is on the rise.
Try, keep it professional, Luke. Just try.
There's booming unemployment, real exciting times for most of the people which would regard as an eyesore. But we're going to roll this shit, put it in some glitter.
Yeah, polish it up.
We're going to make this look good.
It's the working man's Formula One track, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's no other tracks around the globe that epitomise the working Joe, the average knockabout bloke.
You think blue collar, you think white collar. No. No collar.
There's no one wears any collars in Nerang.
Yep, they've got a singlet.
There's basically no jobs there.
Yeah.
You can't turn up for work.
Now, if you look on the Wikipedia page, they have notable Nerang citizens or notable residents of Nerang.
Famous Nerang people.
So we'll start with Sydney barber Josiah Skirchley.
Yep.
Big name in Nerang.
We are really selling this.
1850 to 1926, he was a botanist and geologist.
Wow.
He's actually buried in the local cemetery.
Is that right?
Yep. Bill Drumley, he's an Indigenous community leader, so he'll give us a welcome to his land.
Lovely.
Ceremony before the Grand Prix.
Very nice.
Always nice to have traditional people around.
Yep.
And Sarah Carrington, the 2004 Athens Olympic gold medalist for the female cycling road race.
There you go.
So you think Nerang's just pumped out a bunch of weirdos? No.
You're on that list as well, Luke. Famous podcaster, Luke Wormold.
Yep. For those of you unsure, Luke.
Luke, hello. I'm from Nerang.
I went to school in Nerang.
Yep.
I lived in Nerang for about a year, then moved to a suburb just on the other side of the highway.
In fact, most of these places scattered along this Grand Prix track are places that you have been sort of caught by the police at some stage.
Random place,
Doing things you shouldn't have been doing.
Yeah, I was a getaway rider.
Yep.
I didn't get a car till I was 21, so I rode my push bike everywhere.
Yeah. It was a slow getaway.
Great place. Some interesting and great upcoming events in Nerang. Like this, I went to their social hub to find out what's going on in Nerang, just to get a bit of excitement. In the 23rd of May, there's a paper making workshop.
Oh, great.
Things to look forward to. The Saturday, the 25th of May.
Some of the drivers would love that, wouldn't they?
Who wouldn't?
On their day off?
You can go and buy paper. No. How about you just make the paper yourself? You can do that. There's a workshop.
All the drivers just do it together.
Saturday, the 25th of May, which is the Saturday of the Monaco Grand Prix, there's a house inspection at 37 Dungarine Street.
Is that?
Yeah.
Is that for sale, that one?
Yeah.
That is a good spot. That's a nice house. Maybe the drivers might, bid on it. They might want to live there permanently.
Why wouldn't you? It's so close to the highway.
What's it going for? What's the going price?
I don't know.
Is it a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom?
He'd be lucky to get 3 in 1.
Yeah, good point.
So,
Quarter acre block?
but unfortunately, we did miss the ever popular macrame feather workshop.
Oh, no, we can't. No.
No. It was on the 20th.
We're not missing that.
We missed it. It was on the 20th of May.
You're kidding me.
No. I typed my email in wrong for the newsletter.
Why didn't you text me, you motherfucker?
I didn't. I forgot. I put my email in the wrong.
Is there another one coming up?
I'm sure there. I hope so.
Well,
it's not in June. I'd check.
Well, the good thing is the race will be actually before...
It'll coincide.
It'll around the same time.
Yep. So we'll have drivers, macrameing feathers. Beautiful time.
That's
and
nice.
exciting. On Monday, after the, you want to wash off your Monaco Grand Prix and Indy 500 long night that I'll be having.
The stink of the rich people. Wash
Bingo
that right off.
on the 27th of May.
Yeah. Nothing rinses off the smell of rich people like bingo.
Oh, who doesn't love
Bingo brings everyone back to earth, doesn't it?
Yep.
Because rich people can enjoy bingo, but you don't have to be rich to enjoy bingo.
No.
Well, there you go. Luke, that is setting the scene for the Nerang Australian Formula One Grand Prix.
You're excited. I can see it in your eyes.
I'm excited now. Now we've got something actually tangible. We've got people. There's a history.
We've got a racetrack.
I mean, Monaco's got history. Fangio, 1950. That's great. Whatever.
Nerang Grand Prix at the Niki Lauda ring.
I mean, look at the history we're building right now. So all we need now is $60 million. Maybe Niki Lauda left a bit of cash.
To Nerang.
To Nerang.
In
To the
his will.
Effing One Podcast. Wow. So this is just growing. Every week we're going to give an update. Every week we're going to get, next week we're going to have the mayor on.
Yep.
Mayor of Nerang. We'll get some locals, get
We'll
some
hit the
feedback.
streets. Yep.
We're going to hit the streets. And then it's just going to build from here. I mean, I can't imagine this going badly.
No, not at all.
I can't see how this could go wrong.
No. We'll be having a street race. They want street races. They want it in the cities.
Yes.
Or the external of our city. More a suburb. Wouldn't really call it dilapidated. I think it's
No.
most commonly known as
Sad.
sad.
A sad suburb.
No. We're trying to sell it. Selling it to the world.
Yes. Well, we're brightening up that sad little suburb. And Nerang is going to become the next big real estate hub.
What do they call that when they go into like a shitty part of town
The ghetto.
and then they just spruce it up and then all of a sudden rent goes through the roof and then developers come in and
Flipping it? Or you flipping the suburb?
I think I'll
No?
have a word for it for the next Grand Prix. They did it on South Park. They went to Shidpar town
Yep.
and they turned it into this hub of trendy people and trendy cafes.
that
So that's
does
what we're
sound-
going to do
For Nerang.
to Nerang.
You're welcome, Nerang.
Yeah, we're going to price all you poor people into a different suburb.
Correct. We're going to put you into a caravan and ship you out to...
Look out, Logan. You'll have some locals coming to you.
To Logan. Wow, the Formula One Grand Prix in Nerang 2020. It makes sense. It's building. Get on board. Jump on the Instagram and the Twitter account. Have a look at the circuit. Luke, we've got the circuit on board. Have a look. Do we have like little images of where like Maccas and places of note are on the map?
No.
No, we should do that.
All right, I'll do that.
We should do that.
By we.
I mean you.
You.
When I say we, I mean you.
Yeah, have a
Get
wife
to
and
work.
kids.
Get
Yes,
to work,
yes,
Luke.
boss.
But I love it. Look, it's a great idea, and it's a winner. It's a big winner. Liberty Media is going to be super pumped, and the ratings. Oh man, the TV rate, the coverage. Monaco, what have you got?
It'd be a good night race too.
It would be a good night race. They've got lights.
We won't do our lap on the night race because you won't be able to see much. There's not a lot of huge lighting around Nerang. They try and keep it in the dark.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Wow.
good times.
Sorry, Albert Park. Sorry, Melbourne.
Yep.
But it's moving up here. Kimi Räikkönen. We need to quickly get in touch with Kimi before we head off. We need to see what he's up to. We've got the Kimi Räikkönen wormhole opening up. Like a little wormhole just opening up. We get to see what he's doing right now. And it looks like he's in Monaco. Let's cross over to him. It's Kimi Räikkönen.
Kimi Räikkönen, that's me. I'm Kimi Räikkönen.
I didn't know Kimi Räikkönen had emphysema. I'm going to check back in on him.
Sorry about that, guys.
Who's he talking to? Does he know we're watching?
Hey, guys, I can see Effing One Podcast. Hey, guys.
Holy shit, he can see
I can
us?
see the fucking wormhole. Close the wormhole. Okay, bye. Fucking Effing One Podcast. I hate that podcast. No one listens to that fucking podcast. Okay. I'm Kimi Räikkönen. I'm going to buy a boat. I'm in Monaco. Oh, look at these boats in the harbour. Very nice.
Would you like this boat, monsieur?
Hey, I'm Kimi Räikkönen. World champion Formula 1 driver.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were Valtteri Bottas.
What the fuck? No, I'm not Valdi. I'm Kimi Räikkönen. All right, the other thing. Now, tell me about this boat. Is it a nice boat? I want to buy a boat.
This is a very big boat. It's
Too expensive.
Very fancy.
No, my salary's gone down. I don't drive for Ferrari. I need something cheaper.
Who do you drive for now?
They're a good team.
Is it-
Yeah. Don't
Oh,
worry,
yeah,
don't
yeah.
worry.
You drive for Alpha.
Just something
so
cheaper.
I'll show the Alpha section.
Okay, so,
This is a watercraft.
yeah.
There's a few things it is missing.
No. Oh, really?
It makes it a little bit cheaper.
Okay, sure.
So it's up to you if you would like this thing.
Yeah.
Would you like it?
Is it, in my...
Here's the keys.
Oh.
I'll take it for a spin.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, sure. Well, I'm Kimi Räikkönen. I should have a boat. It's about time.
Right, I will cast you off. There you go.
Okay, just give me a little push. Give me a push. Okay. Okay, see you later.
Bye, Bottas.
See you later, you French fuckwit. Okay, so... Did you call me Bottas? Did you call me Bottas?
Bye, Bottas.
Okay, fucking Bottas! Give me fucking Räikkönen. Okay, let's start my new. I love my new boat. Really nice. Let's put the keys in. Oh, there doesn't seem to be an engine. Yeah, it's okay. Where's my... Where's the fucking steering wheel? Hey, guys! Guys! Hey, guys! Where's the steering wheel? There's no steering wheel!
Fuck you, Bottas.
It's not fucking Bottas! I'm Kimi Räikkönen!
And that was
home with
Kimi.
Oh, man. That was ridiculous.
Shit.
He's buying a boat.
He bought a boat.
He's bought a boat with no engine or steering
He's
wheel.
Castaway.
Oh, boy. Oh, that has to be one of the best ones we've seen.
I couldn't believe he could see us.
I couldn't believe I thought it was like a one-way mirror.
Yeah.
You can't see back in, but you can. It's two-way.
So we've...
Two-way wormhole.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, we should probably get out of here.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Before we go, we should say thanks to your mum.
Thanks, Mum.
Mrs. Luke, Maman's daughter. Very famous lady.
She is.
Will she get a chance to go back to Monaco at some stage, you think?
Oh, no doubt she will.
Yeah.
Hopefully she gets there for the Grand Prix.
I hope so.
She's in Broome, Western Australia.
Yeah.
She's chilling up there.
That is kind of like the Monaco of the north of Australia.
Yeah, the northwest.
Northwest.
The northwest
Just
corner.
a few more crocodiles.
Just a couple.
Yeah.
Couple of hundred.
Hey, the spread that Mrs. Luke has post-packed down to us in bubble wrap. Just delicious. What do we have? Looks like we've got some little sweets, some
Yes,
little
we do.
chocolates. Are they
We
melting
do.
moments?
They are. They seem to be... She's written a note here. Sadly, we're missing Niki Lauda.
Yeah.
Here's some treats to appreciate his life. That's some really kind words.
They're melting moments. Maybe she didn't realise.
She
She didn't realise.
she's seen that movie Rush, hasn't she?
Yeah.
I think she has.
She didn't do it.
Quite inappropriate.
Seems a bit inappropriate. Mrs. Luke, please be professional.
Keep
it professional, Mrs. Luke. Okay? So, look, thank you very much, Mrs. Luke. Thanks for the spread. We'll enjoy our Niki Lauda melting moments, and we will... make sure you join us for the wrap up of the race. And Effing One Podcast, you can catch us on the Twitter and also on the Instagram. Check out the Formula One racetrack, Nerang. Very exciting stuff. Luke, see you in the wrap up, big fella.
Thanks, Ads.
Bye-bye, mate. We need to turn to a man who has memorized every inch of this track. before he learned to walk or talk. He is 15th in line to the throne, the Monaco throne. He's royalty, pretty much. It happened when his grandmother, who worked at the palace as a maid, was changing the water on the Asian lilies. When suddenly... So sorry. This is a true story. When the prince snuck up, surprised her from behind. I'm so sorry, I can't do it.
Snuck up from behind.
Oh my God.
My grandma's a lotus flower.
I'll start again. I'm so sorry. I can do this.
No, you can't.
I got
I'm
this.
going to leave all of this in.
No. Here we go. This is a true story, by the way.
No,
I
it's
did
factual.
research on your
It was on
family.
the History Channel.
I've done. There was a special on Luke. Fuck.
It's my grandma.
This all started with you and the chocolate brown sauce, dude.
Was it chocolate? It was a gravy.
Ever since I've had the giggles.
Fish gravy.
All right, here we go.
You've never had fish gravy before?
No. Fish gravy. Is it yeasty? Is it a white colour? Is it white in
That's
colour?
brown.
All right, I got this. Oh boy. Don't look at me.
I don't want to look at you. I don't think I
No,
can.
we got this. We got this. Okay.
Albert.
Albert.
It's Prince Albert of Monaco.
Prince Albert.
That's him. I wonder if he has a Prince Albert. You're dwelling on that too long.
Ooh, okay.
I'm going to leave that all in.
All right, here we go. G'day, welcome to Effing...
You're doing the whole thing.
I'm doing the whole thing, dude. I can't come halfway in. I'm going to start afresh. I'm starting afresh. Shh. I can do this.
This will be on like an extras.
This is the extras.
Like in
Oh,
the
fuck.
summer season break, we'll put up all the stuff.
This is
we've
the
cut
bonus
out.
material
This
you
is
get
the-
when you
you're
sign
welcome.
up. This is the bonus.
You're welcome.
This is the good stuff you get when you sign up and you.
Maybe we should make it a premium one. They have to pay.
The
for.
premium gold. When you're gold class, you get this shit. All right, here we go.
Horse trap.
G'day, welcome to Effing One Podcast, Australia's best only Formula.
I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. I thought I'm just going to ignore
so
you. I won't
sorry.
even look in your
I'm so
direction.
sorry.
You just lost it.
There's so many funny things.
Welcome to Monaco.
We're racing. Go. So many funny things racing through my head right now. I don't know where it goes. Okay,
You need
right.
to think of dead puppies or something.
There we go. There we go. Dead fucking puppies.
Delicious.
Oh, that's a shame. All right.
Just bring the whole mood down.
Yeah, bring it right down. All right, okay, I got this. G'day, welcome to Effing One Podcast, Australia's best only Formula One podcast. And after Barcelona, Spain, the Siesta Snooze Fest, where Lewis Douche-Canoe Hamilton won the race, Valtteri the other Finn Bottas got second, and Mad Max, the new Maldonado Verstappen. That's not too rough, is it? I think he deserves that title. It is time now to make F1 great again, brothers, comrades, as we head to the streets of Monaco and the beautiful French Riviera, c'est bon magnifique, for some sun, glitz, and glamour. Now, to get inside the info right here, we need the man with the info, the guy that's, well, he's memorized every single inch of this track. Before he learned to walk or talk, raised on the streets of Monaco. He's the 15th in line to the throne. It happened way back when his grandmother...
I shouldn't have looked at you. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna pick it up from there. I can pick it up.
Do it all from the start, all over again.
No. We'll go from there because it was a good gap. There was a nice gap.
There was a gap before.
There was a gap.
Because just as you got to him, like, I was going to use the other one anyway.
Oh, fuck. Right. Here we go.
I'm glad we pressed record on
Oh,
this.
fucking hell.
14 minutes of just
really
giggling. You remind me of, you remember in Pink Panther? He's like,
Oh, yeah. All right, here you go. I got this. We'll pick it up. We'll pick it up from there. We'll pick it up from there. We'll pick it up from here. I just got to get through this bit. If I could just get past this bit here, I'll be fine. I'll be fine in a second. Bear with me. Fucking hell. Oh, fuck. This is so hard.
let's watch Schindler's List. Should bring us back down.
We need to watch. Quickly get Schindler's List on YouTube. That'll help. Alrighty, here we go. Oh, boy. Oh, all right.
Fuck, man.
Okay, I can do this. Fuck, it's hard. That's what she said. Oh, fuck. All right, here we go. Let's have a drink of water. Come on, guys. Let's just relax. Let's just work through this. Let's work through the burn. Let's work through the deep burn. Oh, God.
Do I need to leave?
Luke, you might have to. All right, no, I'm fine now. I'm good now. Yep. I'll pick it up. Here we go. It happened. Shut up.
Can't be.
I regret this bit. All right, here we go. Don't laugh. Step away for a second. Oh, Pete, slap me around a bit. Punch me. Come on, mate. We can do this. Oh, Jesus.
It's not just long, it's thick, tell that. It's girthy. That's what she said.
It's got some good.
Prince Albert?
That's what
What a
she said.
girthy penis you have.
Messed up. All right, I do this.
I think it ever
I'm-
where I just can't just snap out of it.
Yeah, no, this is the first for me. It's never lasted this long. Come on. Oh, God. I'm fine. I'm fucking fine. I'm fucking fine, Luke. I'm fucking fine. If you wouldn't mind. All right, hang on. It happened when his grandmother, who worked at the palace as a maid, was changing the water on the Asian lilies when the prince surprised her from behind. And the rest, as they say, is in the past. And in his case, in the blood. Blood. This is going to be an editing nightmare.